All right, we got 18-2 Pro Boxer Kalvin Hot Sauce Henderson joining the show once again. Kalvin, how are you doing?
Man, I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed to be on the show with you again, man. Been a long time coming, man. I'm happy to be here.
Yes, sir. Well, hey, no surprise at all. No surprise at all that after you make an appearance on the show, you go 3-0, zero surprises after that. But yeah, you competed for a world title in June of 2022, then made your comeback September of 2023. You're on a
Yes,
three-fight
sir.
win streak with two TKOs back to back. Kalvin, what's next for you after building this momentum up?
Man, it was crazy. You said that, man. So my first fight back after that world title fight, it was surprising. I think we talked last time a little bit. It was surprisingly hard to get fights, which is weird. You've been on the world stage. I didn't win the world titles. You thought people were, oh, that's easy pickings. But no, it's actually the opposite, man. People did not want to fight me. They want to sign up to line up to fight me. And so the first fight back, I got an opportunity to fight in Oklahoma at a casino for a promotion company out here this way. Do a lot of shows in California and Oklahoma and all over the country. But the guy, my original opponent, pulled out. So we had a guy lined up, locked in, ticket sales going great. The training camp was going great. And then the guy pulled out, I believe, 2 weeks before the fight. And so now we're in a scramble to find an opponent. Like I said, it's already hard to find guys that want to fight me. So now we're on 2 weeks' notice. I done sold all these tickets, got all these people excited for my comeback fight, and they couldn't find nobody. So guess what they found? They found a cruiserweight for me to fight. The guy, the guy was two weight classes above a weight class I've ever fought in before. Even though he was 3-6, the guy never been stopped. He was a cruiserweight, bigger guy. He weighed in, I think it was 196. And sure, fight night, he was probably 205, 210, 215. And so just fighting a bigger guy, let you know how crazy I am. I didn't care. I like sign him up. I train the camp. I'm strong. I feel good. I'm ready to put a show on. So what? Glove him up. So that was my first fight back. Fought a guy that was two weight classes higher than me. After that, I fought again in December and I believe again in March, and just keep momentum going. It's a numbers game at this point. Gotta stay active, stay ready, because these guys out here, they're trying to catch me off guard. Man, that's what it is. They're trying to stall me out and keep me out the ring for a year, 2 years. I think that they're gonna try to catch me off guard and just make a name off of me. But no, man, we know better. So we staying active, staying busy, doing my job.
Yes, sir. And you just touched on it, but boxing, it's a flawed sport. And the political, all the politics that is in the sport of boxing, how hard it is to get someone to sign a fight and then actually to follow through and to show up on fight night. What are your solutions to fix all this pandemonium?
Man, it's crazy as heck, man. And really, it's difficult because I don't have an answer to that. All I can do though is do my job and do my part, which is stay ready, stay in shape, stay in the ground, which is difficult. It's easy to tell somebody, "Oh, just stay in shape, stay in the gym."
Yeah.
But imagine training for something with no end goal, right? Let's say you're running 10 miles every day to run a marathon that you don't know you're gonna run. Like
Yeah.
it's ridiculous, man. So it's tough mentally. It's tough, but it ain't for the weak. And so we stay locked in, we stay ready.
Yes, sir. And obviously, you've been calling out Caleb Plant. You've been trying to get his attention for his tune-up fight. You fought him before in the amateurs.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what's behind that? And if not Caleb Plant, is there anybody else you're eyeing up?
Yeah, so a lot of people, I guess you can blame media, you can blame promotion companies. They think these guys like Canelo and Caleb Plant and Charlo Brothers, whoever you want to name, are at a different level than what I am. Dude, I don't fault these guys. I don't fault on the same level these guys. I don't fault a lot of these guys in the amateurs. So it's not anything far fetched to be calling out these guys or fight these guys. But my clout, as the young cats call it, my clout isn't up. And so I can't be like Jake Paul and be have all these YouTube followers and Instagram followers. So everybody think that I'm just making up bullshit trying to fight these guys. The boxing community, when you get to the very top, is very small. Everybody knows everybody. Caleb Plant people know my people. And so if we want to fight, it's just simply him just saying yes. Really what it is. And so me calling him out isn't as far fetched as the fans on Instagram making it look. Man, you should see my Instagram now, man. They're going crazy with just the ridiculous comments. And I posted a leaked video of aftermath between Jake Paul and our last sparring match. And one guy, I think he commented, "Dude, you're nowhere near Jake Paul's level." I said, "Dummy, who do you think blooded his nose?" No, that wasn't you. You would never Jake Paul, but you would never bloody his nose. I seen you fight before. Like what? Like the guys just idiots, man. But that's what makes the sport, man. Everybody has their opinions, especially social media. It gives everybody's its platform and a microphone to say shit that has no backing behind it, man. So it's all fun, man. Like I'm saying, end of the day, I'm a fighter. I know how to throw these hands. I have gun, will travel. Here we are.
Yeah, so yeah, obviously you shared that clip of Jake Paul and again the blood wiped off of his face. So in boxing, I know it's kind of an unwritten rule that you don't talk about sparring. So are you breaking any unwritten rules? And by doing so, are you trying to throw your hat in the ring for a potential Jake Paul fight?
Man, it's crazy you say that too, because like I said, everything's about clout now. So it was like a double punch when I posted. I posted the leaked video of what I did to Jay Paul in sparring, while also still kind of calling out Kato Plant, calling him a bitch. But I didn't release the footage. The footage got released already. And so I just took the footage that got released and just posted on my platform. So Jake Paul
Yeah,
team, whoever released that already, because that's from Jake Paul's team when it was in count. No,
yeah,
nobody had cell phones out during the sparring session. Jake Paul had his videographer and people there, of course, recording it. So it can only come from one person. That's his team. I just took their video and just posted it to my liking. But of course, man, like I said, I would love to fight anybody. Anybody that's worth mentioning, anybody that's worth fighting, I'm here for it, man.
what would that fight look like between you and Jake?
Man, so after the last sparring session, I don't think he'll be calling me anytime soon to be fighting them in front of people and shit like that, man. I'm put it like that. Like I said, I don't want to kiss and tell. He knows what happened in training camp. He knows why they kicked me out of training camp. But I don't think he'll be calling me anytime soon to make a fight. I would be
Yeah.
surprised. I wouldn't be. I wouldn't turn it down. Don't misunderstand. I won't turn it down. I'd definitely be surprised if I get a phone call about Jackie Poo wanting to fight me and shit, man.
Have you seen any of his fights since then? Have you seen any improvements?
Oh, for sure. I seen him fight Tommy Fury, of course, when he kicked me out of count. I seen he had two. He fought Nate Diaz, and then he
Yep.
had also two fights with a couple actually good record professional boxers. But you see when he fights real fighters, people one still don't give him credit for it. Two doesn't have a lot of clout because those fighters they're quote unquote nobodies, right? They have no motion behind the name, motion behind the record. One guy was 10-1, one guy was 12-3, I think something like that. They were pretty formidable opponents, but just because nobody heard of them, people are still discrediting them for it. So for him, you can't win for losing. So I think the Mike Tyson fight was to generate more buzz, more money for him, of course, and then he'll get back on the road to becoming his dream, which is the world champion, obviously.
I think you hit that perfectly on the head. But those two guys had no personality, and let's be real, like if those two guys were to fight you, you would do worse than what Jake did to them.
For sure.
They were padded records. I hate to say it, but their records look good, but they were more so journeymen. You're a real boxer, and you can talk some shit. You can promote. You would be a
Oh, for
different
damn sure.
story. So I think name like, and you got a bigger name than both those guys. So for
For
me,
damn
I
sure.
do think down the road I think you would make sense, especially if you got the best of him. I mean, you're a legit boxer. You guys have that storyline there. I think that fight would make sense. So
That's for damn sure. I agree. You got a point there too, big dog. I mean, I've been boxing since I was 15. Amateur fights. I done fought for Team USA. I've been ranked as high as 25 in the world as amateur, number 4 in the country. And then professional now, man. I got 20, 21 fights in the game. Definitely got the experience, man.
yeah, we'll move off of Jake Paul, but I want to ask you two more questions about him, and we'll get back to you. One
For sure.
is in a hypothetical world where he does make the call to you, and he's a heavyweight. He's a big boy now. He's over 230 pounds. If he says, Kalvin,
Yeah.
I'll fight you, but you have the experience, you have all these things going for you. I want an advantage. I want this to be a heavyweight. Would you go up to heavyweight and fight him?
Hell yes. You mean I can be in training camp and eat, Matt? Hell yeah, man. Let's go. Heck yeah, man. The worst part about training camp was one, the course of training, but then two, the dieting. You know what I mean? If you telling me that I can flip my diet and put on calories, I'm all for it. I am all for it. Hell yeah, big dog. Skills travel. Roy Jones, just boxes over time prove that weight classes do matter. Don't misunderstand me. But if you have skills, and a standing amount of skills, you can jump different weight classes and still make noise in the weight classes. As long as you respectfully weigh what you got to weigh, you know what I mean? But you do it the right way, of course. But hell yeah, I'm very interested in that. Very interested.
Okay, and then my last question on him, and my prediction is, yeah, he'll fight Mike. Then he has Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. on the undercard,
Oh
and
shit.
then I expect
Yeah.
him to fight. I expect him to fight him if Chavez wins, and then he'll probably need to level up again and fight a pro boxer. So that's why I think that you would make sense,
Chavez
especially.
Jr. is on the card. Damn,
Yeah,
I'm sorry to cut you off. I was just yeah. I know that.
yeah,
That would be a legit fight between Jake Paul and Chavez Jr. Because Chavez Jr. can fight. He don't have
yeah.
the motivation as his dad, but he definitely got the power though, man. He's a former world champion too, man. Been in the ring with a lot of top dogs. Man, yeah, that'd be a crazy ass fight, man.
Yeah. So then my last question before we get off of Paul, who do you got for the Paul Tyson fight? What do you think that fight's going to look like?
Ooh, that's very interesting, man. I'm gonna say why because there's only one thing that's undefeated thing through the test of time, and that's father time. So Mike Tyson, even though he's Mike Tyson, he's still 58 years old, Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? And so what happened with fighters is that power is the last thing that leaves. So there's their speed, their timing, their all this, their quickness, that deteriorates, but the power is the last thing to go. And so if I'm Mike Tyson, if I'm Mike Tyson's coach, I'm playing the long game. I'm playing the old experienced fighter game where I take Jake Paul into deep waters and try to drown him, and try to catch him in the later rounds with a heavy shot that maybe he doesn't invade or get out the way because he's a little bit fatigued. But man, right now I got it. It depends on how they come out fight night. But it's a 50-50 fight right now, man, just because of the age difference.
Interesting, interesting. So, then talking about you, I mean, you've been boxing for a while now. Obviously, you're 33. You've been boxing since I believe you were 15. Uh,
Correct.
Kalvin, do you think that you're still improving and on the incline in your career, where your skills are getting sharper and you're improving as a fighter still to this day?
That's what's crazy about boxing, man. And I preach this in the gym with a lot of the younger cats that boxing is one of the oldest sports in the history of sports, right? You got boxing and Greco wrestling. Those are the two oldest sports that I know of, knowing the man. And so you can never fully feel like you have it all mastered, right? It's always something that you can be learning from. So even I've been boxing for 18 years now. I'm still fine tuning and still picking up and cleaning different stuff on my techniques that I thought I had mastered when I was younger. As you get older, you feel like as you get older, you realize you know what you don't know. When you're young, you don't know what you don't know. When you get older, you figure out, damn, I don't know what this is. You try to figure it out. But my body is definitely not as young as it was. Like you little nagging injuries and shit you pick up while sparring or working out or training and shit like that. Like getting out of bed, my knees ache a little bit like they didn't used to when I was younger. But as far as my mental and my mind, it's sharper. And setting traps and understanding different plays that I have in the ring is getting sharper. My body is not as reactive or as youthful as it once was, but my mind is definitely still young and I'm still very dangerous, which is the boxing world knows that, which is why these guys don't want to put their fighters or their racehorses against me.
No, 100%. And yeah, I follow the heavyweight division the most personally, and just look at the top 10 heavyweights. They're all, I believe, almost everyone is at least 30, and then a vast majority of them are over 35 years old. And the best two right now just fought Usyk and Fury, 35 and 37, respectively. So, yeah,
For sure.
and then the other part is everyone ages differently.
For sure.
36 on one guy looks a lot different than 36 on another guy. And we saw that with Fury and Usyk. Usyk's a guy who's just
Oh
so
yeah.
headed, who consistently trains, doesn't take time off, while Fury up and down, up and down. And we saw which
For
guy
damn
had
sure.
aged better. So everyone ages
Yes, sir,
differently
for
in their
sure.
30s. So, uh, yeah,
And one thing too that helps with that too that I learned, Matt, is also how you recover and treat your body. For instance, LeBron James, right?
yep,
He invests $1 million back into his body every year, and it makes sense. This is your money maker. You make money with your body, right? Why would you not invest back into that business to keep making you money? So it's about how you treat your body, how you treat your money making, how you recover, which I learned thankfully when I was around 27, 28 years old, a little bit older than most people, but I learned it. So you get to preserve your body a little bit longer and understanding how to make your money maker make more money for you in the longer run and stuff.
Yes, sir. No doubt. No doubt. So, yeah, talking a little bit about you in our last interview, something really interesting about you. And if you want to check out our last interview, I'll throw it down in the description. Great interview where we talked about Kalvin's story. But you went to the University of Arkansas on a full music scholarship. You were in the band and you were training boxing on top of all of that.
Yeah.
So just talk about music for a second. And is there anything you do to stay, involved in the world of music?
Um, Not proactively, no. But at my church I go to attend to, they sometimes reel me in into playing drums for them every once again. The
There you
drummer,
go.
whenever he's out of town, whatever, so they'll call on me at the last minute, like, "Come on, we need it. Can you please help us out?" I'm like, all right, yeah. But it's still in there. I got asked to be the full time drummer last year, but I don't like doing anything that's mad half ass. I don't like being a half ass boxer. Definitely like being a half ass drummer. So I told him, look, let me get through with this boxing career, competing and stuff like that, and maybe after that we're gonna talk. Because I don't like, presenting anything that's less of what I know I can give. And so I don't know, maybe once I start throwing hands, I can start throwing sticks again.
There we
We'll
go.
see.
That's awesome. That's an awesome story right there. And what I also found
So,
really interesting in our previous interview is for your training, you needed to spar and you were in dorms and apartments in college. So you sparred some of your fellow students. They stepped up to the plate. Some of them thought they can fight. Do you have any story in particular, any fun story of sparring your fellow college students?
man, heck, so, dude. So, um, my first my first real run at the Fort Worth Golden Gloves. I think I told you I was in Arkansas already, and there wasn't any boxing gyms up here that I knew of or boxing coaches in the area. So I literally trained myself up here in Fayetteville, Arkansas. So I would do my own workouts. I found a local gym that had bags. I paid like a 4 month membership, and I hit the bags every day. I had a swimming pool on campus. I would go do my swimming workouts and of course run. But of course I needed sparring. I can't go into a fight without sparring. So I lived in a frat house, man. Alpha Phi Alpha. So I called a meeting with my fraternity brothers that lived in the house. I got them all together. I was like, look, guys, I need sparring. I got a tournament coming up. So I need y'all help with this, man. they were, of course, reluctant at first to do it. I said, look, so I had to break it up. I told them, look, how about y'all do 30 seconds each person until we get up a 3 minute round. So every 30 seconds, a new one of my frat brothers would go in, get beat up, get hit to the body, get dropped. Next person do it. So of course, hats off to them for even taking that dangerous job and not getting paid for it at all. But they just wanted to see me succeed that bad. They would stretch out every 30 seconds. A new person would come in until you get up 3 minute rounds.
Dude, you're just there's just dudes stacking up left and right as the minutes go on. But no,
It was definitely an interesting night, man. They had ice packs everywhere. We had beers everywhere. We just trying to just make it go. Heck yeah, man.
let's go. So, yeah, other question I also asked you in our previous interview. Still, there were other questions I asked, but something I find interesting. You can hear the kiddo in the background. You're a busy man. You're a family man. Take us through a day in your life throughout the week.
Oh man, every day is different, man. Typical day. So I always wake up at the latest 5:30 a.m. every morning. And the first thing I do is I wake up, brush my teeth, of course, and I have a gym in my garage. So I go knock out 2, maybe sometimes 3 miles in the morning before I wake the kids up for school. Thank God they're out of school. Last day of school was last Friday, so that's not an issue anymore. So I can sleep in maybe it's about 6:30 now. But I would wake up to go run before I have to go wake and take them up to school. And so after I finish running around 6:20, 6:30, I come in, wake up 2 of the 5 of the kids. That's what we do, man. My wife and I, we divide and conquer. So
There
I
you
wake
go.
up 2 of the kids while they're waking up, brush their teeth. I jump in the shower real fast, get my clothes, get myself ready for the day. Go make sure they are good. We get in the car, drop them off at school. I'm usually there by 7:30, 7:35. After that, leave, head to the boxing gym. My first class starts at 8:30. I'm usually at the gym around 8, 8:05, getting ready for the class comes in. Teach that class. Then I have a 10 a.m. boxing workout with my boxing coach and my stablemates. That lasts to about 11:30, 11:45. Then I teach a personal, usually personal client at noon. usually another one at 1. Then I have therapy, either shockwave therapy or PT therapy or some kind of recovery therapy, ice bath, whatever, at 1:30, 2 o'clock. Then I gotta go pick kids up at 3:30, pick them up from school, take them back home. I'm back in the gym for another personal client around 5:15. Then I teach a 6:30 p.m. boxing class. Sometimes I teach another person after the class. Sometimes I do my running again. If I have to do some extra running a day. And after that, go home, eat dinner, go to sleep, do it again the next day.
Let's go, busy man. That's a hell of a schedule right
Busy
there.
man. That's crazy, man. It's not for the weak-hearted, man.
No doubt. No doubt. So, last question before our rapid fire round is yeah, obviously, we talked about earlier Usyk-Fury fought. What did you think of that fight, and where are you ranking each guy all time for the
Man, it's
heavyweight
crazy,
division?
man. So that was actually a very entertaining fight. And initially, I don't like Tyson Fury too much. So I was hoping Usyk won. I didn't think Usyk was going to win though, just because I didn't think he was big enough to do anything to Tyson Fury.
Skills travel,
I
man.
just thought
Skills
Tyson
travel.
skills definitely travel, but it's also when you fighting a Goliath like Tyson Fury, man, sometimes just the arm reach and the arm length is just
Yeah.
too much for you trying to navigate. And as you can see, in my opinion, the first 4 to 5 rounds, Tyson Fury was winning that fight easily. Like he was standing alone, moving his feet, throwing the right uppercut on money. I actually told my trainer in the first round, like if he lands that shit on the money, Usyk might be going to sleep. And he landed it, kind of wobbled Usyk a little bit, but that's why you don't play with your food, man. Tyson Fury was playing with his food, ended up getting clipped in the nose initially and started bleeding. So you can tell he kind of changed his mind about this shit. After he got clipped, he got dropped. After that, he went to all survival mode and I think he edged a couple more rounds after that. But you can just see the whole shift of the fight just change, man. And I think it was a close fight, toss-up fight. I'm not mad at Usyk winning. I think he deserved it. Can you be argued that Fury won? Yeah, you could. But great classic match. The rematch, I don't know how it's gonna go. I'm not even sure if Fury can make adjustments and play keep away the entire time. Fury might give Usyk some more trouble. But if Usyk just has his number and figure out how to navigate through that long reach, he might make it easier this time, man. The time will only tell because in boxing, I think the percentage last time I checked was like 88% of rematches end the same way the first fight happened, only worse. So he won by 12 rounds, split decision. He might win by ninth round stoppage next fight. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yes, sir. No, I appreciate the insight. So yeah, let's hop to a rapid fire round and get you out of here. Uh,
Let's
First
get it.
question I got for you: if it was you in the ring with Tommy Fury on February 26, 2023, what does that fight look like?
Stopping him. I ain't gonna let you finish it. Stopping him. I'm stopping his ass, man.
How long?
It depends on how he come. He want to be a bitch and run and be a little longer. He trying to man up and stay in the middle with me. He getting out shorter. So it really depends on how he come that day. But he getting stopped regardless.
MJ or LeBron?
Oh, I got MJ, and I fuck with LeBron tough. MJ, he did it first. He did it first.
Sir, that he did. So number one pound for pound boxer in the world right now.
I gotta go with Canelo, man. Canelo, Saul Canelo Alvarez.
Favorite music genre?
Ooh, it has to be a toss up between hip hop and blues.
Okay. Favorite cheat day meal?
Oh man, now you talking my language now, man. Uh, Man, this was hard about my career, man. I'm a foodie and I'm a professional boxer. You know what I mean? Those are two conflicting things right there, man. Cheat day meal. Let's get sloppy, keep it cheap. Let's say CC's pizza, man.
There we go. And then, sticking on the junk food, favorite ice cream flavor?
I'll keep it classy with vanilla, man. I'm not really ice cream eater, but vanilla definitely.
Okay. Favorite lift?
Like as in like strength lift.
Yeah, weight training.
I guess if you say trap bar deadlift.
Okay. Favorite TV show?
Currently, well, I'm gonna say recently, formerly was Snowfall. That show had me and my wife hooked for a long time. It's over now, but definitely Snowfall.
Okay. Favorite sport outside of boxing?
Shit. Got me there, man. I guess you could say football, but it's a wide margin like boxing, but it really all out wide sport wise. Then you could
Yeah.
say American football right there. American
Okay.
football.
And then last question: who is your favorite fellow boxer in the world right now? As in, like, who are
Hey
you
man.
with?
A lot of guys I'm really cool with too, which is crazy. Like Earl Spence, remember him from Texas. I done met Bud Crawford a few times. Man, favorite boxer right now, just to watch him fight and watch him do his thing. He been training camp. It's a toss up between Nello and Tank, man.
Good
May lean
deal.
little bit more towards Tank, man.
Awesome. Well, that's all I got for you. Thank you so much, Kalvin, for coming back on the show. Great time chopping it up with you, and best of luck moving forward. Hope you land some big fights and you can shock the world. And yeah, looking forward to staying connected along the way.
Appreciate you, man. Last time we talked, man, I went 3-0. I'm gonna go 5-0 more this time if we talk again, man. We got you.